I've never been so nervous to apply for a credit card before, and I'm just at the start of the video, so I have no idea how this will play out. The reason why I'm nervous is because Capital One is known to be a little bit picky about who they allow into their ecosystem. Braun, an awesome credit card content creator, has tried getting the Capital One Venture X on 2 occasions and has been denied both times. And I think those applications were 6 months apart from one another, and the belief is that he has too many personal credit cards, so Capital One doesn't seem to want to extend an offer to him. However, enter my friend Joshua Butler, another great credit card content creator who at the time of his application had a total of 14 personal credit cards, but somehow he was approved for the Venture X. So now it's my turn to see whether or not Capital One will approve me for the Venture X or treat me like how I've been treated by American Express recently. And if you don't know how that went, let's just say that I received my first credit card application denial in over a decade, which was completely surprising to me. But before we get into the application, I have to address the elephant in the room. A few weeks ago, I released a video claiming that the Venture X credit card is getting worse. And in that video, I compared it to the Chase Sapphire Reserve and Amex Platinum card. And through my unbiased ranking, the Venture X ranked 3rd, making it the travel card that provides me with the least amount of value. However, even with that ranking, I'm still deciding to apply for the Venture X for 2 specific reasons. Reason number 1, I am not eligible to receive another Sapphire welcome offer for the next 22 months because I've had the Sapphire Preferred for just over 2 years now, and with Chase, I'm ineligible to receive another Sapphire welcome offer for a total of 48 months after receiving the Sapphire new card member bonus. So that means that the Sapphire Reserve is out of the picture for the next 2 years. By the way, contrary to popular opinion, I would have selected the Sapphire Reserve for my premium or luxury travel card, but since I can't get that welcome offer, and since I cannot hold 2 Sapphire credit cards at the same time, I'm just not able to apply for that credit card at this moment. Reason number 2, I don't think it comes as a surprise to any of you that I'm not applying for the Amex Platinum card as of this moment. Currently, Amex is still targeting me with a $25,000 welcome offer for the Platinum card, which as we know is a little bit abysmal to say the least. Also, with Amex being a little bit weird with putting a lot of people into pop-up jail, and I applied for a total of 3 Amex cards within my first year, I just want to give Amex a break. I don't want to end up in pop-up jail like many of the credit card content creators, and I think I need to build some time and some credibility with Amex first because my application velocity has been a little bit aggressive during this first year, so I can be setting off red flags within their system. I'm hoping that providing a break in submitting any new applications with American Express will eliminate any trouble with being approved for the Platinum card whenever there is an elevated offer available once again. So I think I just admitted that the Venture X was my absolute last choice, and if you're a fan of the Venture X or you're a card holder, don't click off of the video because it isn't as bad as I think I made it sound. The Venture X is a very good credit card to add to your wallet, and as someone who doesn't travel very often, the Venture X is honestly a pretty good fit for me. I can't ignore the fact that the card comes with an annual $300 credit for travel booked within the Capital One travel portal, and every anniversary year there is a 10,000 mile bonus, which essentially makes this travel card free. Now I've gotten to the point where I hate referring to credit cards with an annual fee as a free credit card or putting a lot of focus on an effective annual fee, because regardless of the credits, the annual fee is still money out of your pocket every single year that you continue to hold the credit card, and that annual fee must fit into your budget. And this is extremely important, as American Express states on their website that the renewal date can be an important consideration when applying for the card. And this is specifically for the Amex Gold card, which comes with a $250 annual fee. Knowing when that annual fee will be charged can help you prepare and budget for the expense. For example, a parent of an elementary school student may not want to apply for the card in August if they already set aside a strict budget for back to school expenses. So the annual fee for the Venture X is $395, which isn't cheap by any means to hold a credit card. And it is something that I never thought I would even consider applying for. But with the $300 Capital One travel credit, I'm planning to use that credit every year to book a trip back to my home country, since I should be visiting home a little bit more often than I do now, and that annual credit along with the anniversary point bonus will be something that I'm able to use easily on flights to my hometown, and I'm assuming that I'll be able to find those flights within the Capital One travel portal. If not, I'll just have to travel somewhere else. The next reason why the Venture X makes sense for me is because of the base earning of 2x miles on all purchases. This makes it easy to use and takes out the guesswork on whether or not I should use this credit card to make a purchase. It also comes with 10x miles on hotels and rental cars and 5x miles on flights if both of those are booked through the Capital One travel portal. Of course, I still have mixed feelings about using travel portals, but for the sake of viewers like you, I'll use the travel portal to report my experience. I'm also really excited to get global entry with this credit card since there is an available $100 credit. Fun fact, I just enrolled into TSA pre-check last month, but we won't talk about that too much. I just want to say that it is a really good experience to not have to worry about taking off my shoes or removing my laptop from my luggage. There are a lot more benefits with the Venture X, and I covered a lot of them in my comparison video, so please feel free to watch that video if you need more information about the Venture X. Before I get into the pre-approval tool, let's go over my current statistics. I currently have a total of 6 personal credit cards, which is 1 being opened within the last year, and that was for the Bilt Rewards MasterCard. The other credit card that came before that was the Amex Gold card that I opened just over 1 year ago. As we can see, I am very conservative with opening new personal credit cards. Although not relevant to this video, my current Chase 924 status is at 324. For full transparency, I have 0 credit cards with Capital One, and I cannot remember the last time I received a targeted offer in the mail from Capital One. But for your information, I've been targeted for the Saver One and Quicksilver for those with excellent credit. My credit scores are as follows at the time of this recording. My score with Experian is at 782, Equifax is at 788, and TransUnion is at 774. I've heard that Capital One is notorious for pulling all 3 credit reports when submitting an application, and I am definitely not a fan of that, but it is what it is since I can't do anything about it. Finally, I have 2 inquiries with Experian, 1 with Equifax, and 0 inquiries with TransUnion. This is based on the past year of credit activity, as inquiries that are older than 1 year do not have an impact on your credit score according to Experian. So there may be more hard inquiries over 2 years, but I'm using data that Experian provides me for all 3 credit bureaus. Alright guys, now that we've gotten done with the housekeeping and gotten that out of the way, be sure to show some love to that like button as I move forward with the pre-approval tool to see whether or not I can pre-qualify for the Venture X credit card. So go ahead and wish me luck. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and hit this pre-approval tool, and I'm just going to go ahead and get started. As you can see, it is for the Capital One Venture X. I know in the past that they didn't have it, but thanks to reddit.com where someone provided the link. So because of that, I know about it. So let me hit get started and see what comes up first. Okay, first it looks like a little survey. It asks, we will consider your eligibility for the card above. Let's get started. Does it still show the card above? Oh, it does. Okay, what's most important to you? For this one, I'm going to put travel rewards, of course. I don't think any of that other stuff is very important to me, so I'll hit next. Then they ask for my legal first name, so I'm going to put that, and my initial, and my legal last name. All right, they say nice to meet me. Nice to meet you as well. Let us know where you live so we can verify your identity. So they want my residential address, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. Okay, and hitting next. So I will provide them with my email address and my phone number. Okay, let's hit next. And I like that it's showing how many questions are about to come up. So that's my employment status, which I am employed. So that's super easy. Hit next. So I'm going to put my total annual income, and I'm also going to include what's anticipated for my business income. So I think realistically, I can put this figure here, and my monthly rent, which is a little bit too much, but it is what it is, right? So I'll just put that in here. Do you have any bank accounts? Yes, I have checking and savings. Well, a checking account and a savings account. They want my birth date and my social security number. There isn't really anything important in that gray box. So let's hit next. All right, so one last step. To see if you're eligible, we need your agreement to the following terms. So I'm going to go ahead and read the terms and then see if I agree. And if I do agree, I will meet you all back and move forward with this pre-approval application. All right, guys, I am back. The gray box was the most important one. It says that seeing if you're pre-approved won't hurt your credit score. If you decide to apply for a card you're pre-approved for, your credit score may be impacted when you submit the application. So I'll go ahead and see if I'm pre-approved. Reading the other information right above that made me a little bit nervous, but it all should be good. So let's hit that button and see if I am pre-approved, and we get the lovely graphics, and let's see. For this process, I'm not very nervous, but let's see. Okay. So it says that my credit qualifies me for the Venture X reward. So I can go ahead and complete my application, but I'm not going to do that specifically. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go to one of my credit card YouTubers, credit card content creators, because it is great to support everybody because we're all in this business together, right? So I have Joshua Butler's page loaded in the background. So I'm going to go ahead and go there and proceed with actually submitting an application. Now, what does this mean? This does not mean that my application will be approved. I have read on Reddit that some people, or at least one person, I didn't read through the whole stream, right? Or the whole thread. I don't know what to call it. This person, they pre-qualified for the Venture X, and then when they submitted their application, they were denied. So this is a pre-approval, and it doesn't necessarily mean that I will be approved. So let's go ahead and see what happens. And I'm just going to go straight over to Joshua Butler's Capital One Watch Me Apply video. I think he has a link in there. Well, I know he does because I watched this video to see how many personal credit cards he applied for before he submitted his application and somehow was able to be approved. All right, guys, I am back, and it is time to go ahead and submit the actual application. I am on Joshua Butler's video, as you can see, as promised, and I will go ahead and use his link. So let me go here, Capital One, let's see what opens up. It's loading up a little bit, so this is the moment of truth, guys. We're going to see. Okay, I see the view offer. I'm assuming I'm going to have to select that view offer button in order to go ahead and apply for the credit card. Okay, so I am just going to do that, and I hope Joshua does get his commission or however he's being paid with that particular link, since it isn't exactly a referral link. Okay, so I'm going to go here and hit apply now. I'm going to go ahead and submit all this information. I don't need to go through every single step with you all. So I'm going to enter my legal name and all of my name, first, last, middle, date of birth, social security number, all of that good stuff. And I will be back. All right, so I pause there. It's like, are you a US citizen? Yes. Do you have a citizenship in another country? Yes. In which country do you hold citizenship? This is the moment of truth. I am about to submit the application. This is additional acknowledgements, and it says by clicking on the submit button, I am agreeing to these 4 things. So I'm going to read through that really quickly and then meet you back at submitting the application. All right, guys, I am back. I have unlocked my credit profile. So let's go ahead now and submit this application, and let's take a deep breath and let's hope that I am approved. And if I am approved, let's hope that I get a decent credit limit. American Express has definitely put me on edge about receiving like a $3,000 credit limit, which shouldn't be an issue because of the type of credit card this is, but take a deep breath, submit the application. Right there we go, validating my information, reviewing my finances, and processing my application. All right, so there we go, and I'm getting all of the notifications. Let's see. Wow, American Express is really fast. They like immediately emailed me almost right before Capital One did. That's crazy. So I have a credit line of $20,000 right out of the gate, and that is the highest credit line I've actually received right out of the gate with any credit card that I've applied for. So that is actually pretty awesome. The thing moves so fast that my heart rate didn't even increase, which is crazy. All right, everyone, final thoughts to you all as we conclude this video. I went ahead and I tried to open up my account or create an account with Capital One. I was successful with creating that account. However, I'm not able to log into that account. Every time I try to log into that account, I get some sort of an error when I try to enter the verification code that they are sending me. So I don't know what's going on there. I'm not completely alarmed by that, but that is a little bit of a, this is my first experience and I'm already experiencing an issue. Another thing that I wanted to report, I can confirm they have submitted a hard inquiry for all 3 credit bureaus. Yes, that's TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. I got them all. So it is true. I can confirm that. It sucks that they do that. I don't think it's necessary to do all of that, but they do it, so that is going to have an impact to my score. But anyway, guys, with that said, thank you all so much for watching this video. If you want to see all of my thoughts on the Capital One Venture X in comparison to the Chase Sapphire Reserve and the Amex Platinum, I find out exactly why I ranked it below both of those cards, be sure to watch this video next. As always, thanks for watching to the end, and come on over and get your high five.